3 minutes.
11 with Jenna. 11 with Jenna.
It is. It's
11 with
11.
Jenna. 11
Who you gonna call right now? Ooh, I mean,
with Jenna.
you don't call anyone now.
With Jenna right
Or
now.
call and say, hey, jump on.
With Jenna. With Jenna. It's 11. Who you gonna call right now?
Because tonight's show is going to be really great. So I just hope that you might call your friends and say, hey, 11:11 with Jenna's on. And, it's kind of one of those, how does he say? Be there or be talked about. I'm excited. It's Musicians Square Table here on 11:11 with Jenna. And I am here right now sitting at a table. And I want to make sure, and I'm here. I'm live. I made it. Woohoo! Let's see who's. I'm excited. It's musician Patty Loman. I miss you. Gosh, it's been like, how many hours since I've seen or talked to you or seen your name or Bill Jones. Thank you for that fun conversation today. Um, I did I did perform today, and that was great. And yesterday I did record, which was cool. And what? And what? It's Sunday. And Monday morning, what do? We meander. So I'll be here in the morning to meander. Julie Loose in the house. Hey, Carl has so much fun yesterday. Oh my God, you guys, we had a blast. I had a blast. I think Carl did too. And I know Gary was such a great engineer. He's really great. He just had I never I didn't doubt it, but I didn't imagine that we would sound so great. The sound through the cans. We were in a basement. We were in a place that I used to hang out when I was in high school. And then I worked in a bar, and the basement was connected to the bar. And we used to go down there, and I don't remember what we did. I forget. And then it actually became a club, and it's called Czars. And they've been dark. It's always really dark in there because it's in the basement. But they have really cool carpet and cool paintings all over the walls. And now we get to record there. So thank you for the idea, Gary and Carl, and soon to be Tim. And we're just going to get together and do some more. I'm not sure. I have some ideas on some tunes. Hey, Carol. Hey, Ra. Morocco. This is going to be a great show. I think you should all share it right now. Just start the share. I know you can't. Oh, is it? Are watch parties over yet? I'm not sure. But tomorrow morning we'll be meandering. Tomorrow night I will do a meditation. Thank you. Did you hear that, Carl? We killed it. Well, you didn't hear Carl's second part that he did on what's your guitar's name? Pink. Hey, Vinny. Vinny. Oh, this is a great show for you to check out, Vinny. I'm so excited about the show. I'm kind of nervous actually, but you know. So Monday night meditation. Tuesday morning I'll make a smoothie. Tuesday night, Dr. Andrew Rader, hypnotherapist to the stars, and also an acupuncturist to all of us. Hi, Francisca. Oh, yeah. Hey, Bill. What's up? Oh, cool, man. I'm excited to hear it. Well, I just posted from my iPhone, and I think we have over 340 views. And then I posted it, and then Rob posted it a bunch. So, okay. And Wednesday morning, what happens Wednesday morning? I wonder. We bake, and we are baking lemon bars this week. Oh my goodness gracious, lemon bars. I'm going to make them with real flour because I'll eat half the pan before the day is over if I don't. If I make them gluten-free, they'll be gone. Pinky. Pinky and the brain. We're Pinky and the brain. Sorry, that's my brain. Welcome to it. Wednesday night this week, we usually do community. We started this community cocktail laughter thing. Community cocktails and cacophony. How's that? Well, this week it's Stephanie Morocco, daughter of Rob and Carol Morocco. Stephanie's going to be here. And then Thursday morning, kind of chill. Thursday night, conversation with the creatives. I'll let you know about that later. Friday morning, Armando with cookies and cake and pie and family. And Friday night, display and share. And if it's anything like last week's display and share or this last weekend's, bomb shit. Totally bomb shit. Yeah, Carl, thank you. Thanks for posting. Yeah, Ricky's house is so cool, and Paul was really great. My Mama Grace. And then Saturday morning, one more Saturday morning with Jeff Metzger, Saturday night with Gary Lambert, one more Saturday night. Last night, I felt last night was a really special show to me, and we talked about it later, and we both had, I don't know, there was something different. And I think it's because we've been doing this almost a year now. It'll be April 25th for Gary Lambert. And then Saturday morning, you guys, I had something I had to do. So it's the first Sunday that I haven't been there. And I could have turned on, but out of respect for the people I was with, I kind of went fishing today. So thank you very much. Still here, Patty. Try not to get hit by the. So that brings us to Sunday night. What's happening Sunday night? Musicians Square Table. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a really groovy guest tonight that I'm excited to hang out with. So let's meet him now. Phil Grenadier. There he is. Hi. Thanks, Dave. He's so great with the applause. Hi there.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's going on?
I'm happy to be here with you. This is amazing.
It is. It's really fun. And yes, Facebook, we love the wows, don't we? Wow. The more wows, the better the algorithm. Wow it up. Wow it up. Wow it up. So you're a mayor?
In my mind, right?
In your mind, you're the mayor.
You know that reference, right?
I do, but I think other people may friend you, and you may want to let them know what they're getting themselves into.
Well, the mayor, to me, I don't know if this is common knowledge or obscure knowledge. It's the Mayor of Simpleton by XTC.
It's a good one. I looked at it and I was like, all I could do. Yep, Rob said, look at all that vinyl. You have a couple of audio files on the show. Do you know how many albums you have back there? And is that all of them?
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see they go and go and go. So there's probably, I don't know, 3,000-4,000 in that room.
And are they alphabetical?
Of course. Yeah.
By subject, totally alphabetical?
I mean, there might be, it's pretty much rock and jazz within, and then I have on the bottom left or right, whatever your vantage point is, I have classical.
So rock, three of your rock vinyls.
I have lots of it. I mean, I love 70s funk. I love, I mean, I have Elton John, a lot of his stuff. I have all kinds of stuff, but probably more. I mean, I buy some stuff of now, like D'Angelo, and it's not so now, I guess, D'Angelo.
Oh, I think D'Angelo's now. I mean, what was that one record that came out like 3 or 4 years ago? That was like that epic record.
I have it. I can't tell you the name of it, but.
Yeah, it was, wow, you have that on vinyl. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
okay, so like Zeppelin or
I have
Carpenters?
Yeah, I have all those. Yeah. I have probably 3 Zeppelins, and I have Carpenters or 2. Yeah, Beach Boys, Beatles.
Helen Reddy?
Gosh, I don't. I know I Am Woman. I'm familiar, but I don't think I have any Helen Reddy. I should get some, huh?
Hey, Mama Grace. Well, I just watched the Helen Reddy on Netflix, so that's why I'm saying that. Because if she were still around, I would want her on the show. Do you know Cher by any chance?
I've never met her, no.
No. Do you have any of Cher's albums?
I don't.
Well, we want to get Cher on the show, so we kind of sort of ask everyone. So, wow, I remember the very first time I heard you play,
That's incredible. So fill me in.
and I couldn't remember the name of the club for the longest time. And last night, Patty wants to know if you have any mamas and papas.
Mama Cass. No, I don't. I remember
No.
them all on TV, but no.
Her sister lives in Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Close to Boston or more obscure?
She's up north or up like in near Jenner. Jenner? Um, it was funny the first time I met her, we went to a festival together. We were with some other friends of mine, and I kept looking at her in the car going, you kind of look familiar to me. Like, have we met before? And she wouldn't say, no, we've never met before, Jenna. No, no, no. And then we get to the festival, and it was like a pumpkin. It was the fall in New England, and I kept going, you look like I've seen you before. And she said, no, we've never met. And then later that night, after she was gone, my friend said, do you know who that was, don't you? And I said, well, yeah, I hung out with her all day. And they said, but it's Cass Elliott's sister. And then it was like, wow, totally, yes, exactly.
Very cool.
Um, it was a gig in the city at a jazz club in maybe 86, 87. Do you remember the clubs you played in it at that time period of your life?
Sure, that was just before I moved to New York City. So, I mean, it could be a few, and some I won't remember. I remember Pearls and Milestones.
Milestones.
Milestones, right?
Yep.
Sonny Buxton and I don't know if Pearl One was involved, but yeah, that was a great club.
And then it closed after the earthquake.
Exactly. Never came back.
Never reopened, right? Yep.
Yeah.
That's where I first saw you, was at Milestones, and I was there with a couple of friends, and one of them was Gennaro Landgreb, who's a guitarist.
Okay.
And we had just come back from jazz camp, and you guys were playing at Milestones.
That was Harvey Wineapple's group or some other group. Yeah.
Harvey.
Yeah, we had a steady gig there. What an amazing time that was.
1986,
That
87.
sounds right. 86, 87. I remember having a going away party there. I left in 88. So it could have been right around there. Yeah, probably a year or two we were there. Very
Is Samuel Grant Whitman a friend of yours?
Not that I can
You're a
tell.
friend of mine. Sorry. Sometimes I forget who people are. There's a good chunk of people on here right now. My
That's
friend
amazing.
Rob Morocco said, I can just about see the Miles Davis and John Coltrane on the show. Oh, Harvey Wineapple's here. Hi,
There he
Harvey.
is. See, he's the man
You have to come on
responsible.
the show. Yeah, he said Phil defected to the East Coast. Boo. Yeah, Harvey held it down for a long time.
My God, he still is.
All you guys left. Everyone left except Harvey and a few others. But wow, Harvey, how are you? Friend of Greg Martens and George Porter Jr. Hi, Samuel Grant Whitman. Thank you, Greg Martens and George. Names, people.
Love it.
So you moved in 1987. You still have family in the Bay Area?
I have a brother who teaches at Stanford. He was a great jazz guitar player, but he opted to go into finance. So he's a business professor at Stanford. So I could see him. My parents aren't around anymore, unfortunately. And my brother Larry moved to New York in '91, shortly after I moved to New York.
So do you have any other brothers or sisters?
Just two brothers and
So
myself.
three of you. So did you grow up playing together?
Absolutely. Yeah, always. I mean, guitar and bass and trumpet. So we had a trio. We grew up playing together and, playing with fellow classmates and stuff like that. So I had a built-in rhythm section in my house growing up. How lucky is that, right?
That's incredible.
And we all shared, we had great teachers in San Francisco and we all bought, some of these records I bought back then, and so we all shared records and learned from each other. And I was super lucky.
Were your parents musical?
My dad played trumpet. He loved music, and he played trumpet like in the World War II Army band. So he loved jazz. He loved big bands. My mom was just super supportive. She didn't play. She thought she could sing for fun, and she loved disco, thinking about stuff like that. But no, she
Like
was a yeah.
like Saturday Night Fever disco kind of stuff?
Yeah, disco was new back then, so it was cutting edge. So she liked that stuff, right? But no, my dad loved jazz, and he really instilled that love of music in me. Just watching him listen to music was like, I don't know, it was just something that he shared that was very special. So
So you took after your father.
yeah, actually, all three of us, all three brothers, we all had to play trumpet first.
Oh, your mom. God bless her.
Yeah,
I
she was
mean, I'm
amazing.
sure you were great, but that's kind of an instrument to learn on for three of you at this kind of at the same time, somewhat at the same time.
Well, they came to their senses pretty quick, so they got off. They switched to guitar. Larry, the bass player, he played trumpet for 2 or 3 years, but that was short lived. Ultimately,
Bill Winokur is on. Hi, Bill. He said Phil is one of the most creative jazz trumpet players in the world right now. He has his own original language.
see what I told you. He's super supportive, Mr. Winokur. He's amazing.
He is.
Great player too.
I've never met him in real life. I've met him in COVID life.
Have you
I've
been
met
to
him
Boston?
here. Have I played in Boston?
Have you been to Boston?
Yeah, not for a long time. 3, 4 years, something like that. 5, 4.
But you spent time here. You weren't here that long. No,
And I've never lived there.
no.
I lived in New York, but I have friends that live up near Hampshire, that whole area of colleges, and I have a girlfriend that lives in Boston, but the last time I was in Boston was with, whoa, now I can't think of his name. Help me. Guitar player. It'll come to me in a minute. And he's a gypsy jazz, like really fast. French. Come on, somebody. Oh, my cousin Anthony's here. Hi, Scooter. I miss New York too. Yeah, Scooter and I were in New York at the same time, and Rob Morocco. And um, okay, so you were learning trumpet. Like, did you start when you were 3 because there were trumpets hanging around all over the place?
No, I mean, I guess you start usually what in fourth grade. I think I started a little earlier, so probably like 8 years old, something like that. And yeah, I got lessons and stuff like that very early. And my parents were super supportive.
Because you and your brother are twins.
No, we're all within 3 years of each other. Yeah, we look
Oh,
alike.
yeah, I thought you were twins.
We're close.
Do
Yeah.
people think that
Yeah.
sometimes?
Yes.
Yeah. My sister and I are 6 years apart, and people used to think we were twins. In fact, I used to use her ID all the time. Sorry, mom.
Convenient.
Are you the youngest?
I'm the oldest, actually.
Really? Okay.
People, I think Larry might look older because he's been on the road so much. He's takes its
Yeah.
toll.
So he's in New York playing. Who's he playing with? Would he be playing with right now if he were?
Yeah, he's home. He lives in Kingston, New York, which is a cool place.
It is very
And
cool.
him and his wife, they live there with their son. And right now, like all of us, we're just streaming. So he did some streams with John Schofield, and Kevin Hayes, and
Oh,
various people. But he's optimistic. He got his vaccination, so he thinks he's going to go on the road with Brad Meldau maybe as soon as May. We'll see
really?
if that comes to fruition. But
Wow.
I
Like,
think
will they like Europe on the road or
yes, Europe.
really?
So we'll see if that happens. I guess having the shot will make it a little easier, but it's a
I think you need, in order to get into Europe, I have read, but everyone thinks they know. We don't know, but that you have to, in order to go to Europe, you have to have another identification, passport, possibly for vaccinations. But I hope that they get on the road sooner than that, as soon as May. How have you spent your year? What were
yeah.
some of your highlights and
it's been pretty incredible. I mean, at first I just got into practicing, really serious practicing and having all this time that was never there before. So tried to turn it into a positive. I've been really lucky to have a teaching job. So I teach at the Berklee College of Music. I teach ensembles and I teach trumpet and improvisation. And that became a challenge on some level because teaching an ensemble on Zoom like this really is
That can you do it?
it's
Can you
pretty
really
limiting.
do it?
Well, I had to change it so an ensemble becomes a little more individualized. So we're not playing together. I don't have that technology to do that. Unless we play completely free jazz. If we go avant-garde, we can play and it's not in sync, and it's kind of fun. Students can like that, no matter what level they're at, which is kind of cool. But right now, we just kind of get together and try to share and support each other and work on tunes and repertoire and some concepts that we work on. It's hard to practice group concepts, because we can't really deal with accompaniment and things like that. But it's been a challenge, but there's been some positives to come out of it for sure. And other than that, I've been just doing lots of live streaming. So I do a live stream every week, every Wednesday night with a sax player, local sax player, well-known guy named Jerry Bergonzi. So we've
Oh,
been doing
wow.
that for probably about, I don't know, 4 months.
Wednesdays at what time and where?
It's 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and we just do it at a recording studio, and we have a film photographer there, so we're there every week, and yeah, we're trying to be safe, and people seem to appreciate the fact that we're putting stuff out there, and we're not repeating anything. We do different tunes every week, and so that's been fantastic. And I did a live stream tonight with a gentleman, Harvey Diamond, who's a fantastic
Oh,
piano player who used to study with Lenny Tristano. So we did a duo concert tonight. So I'm trying to stay active and just playing in people's basements and things like that. So I'm not sitting at home listening to my records. I'm definitely keeping busy, and
and
cooking and hanging
and
out.
so okay, what do you okay, that we get there. So you're a cook. He cooks, you guys. What did you have for lunch today?
Uh, well, my girlfriend is an amazing vegan chef.
Cool.
So I think very simple today, just potatoes and I forget what else we had, but just simple stuff. I had popcorn for dinner because I came home from the live stream. So
Popcorn for dinner. And that's enough? Well, you won't eat any more. You like that's it.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
He had pop. Julie might worry about you now. And there's some moms and Italians. My mom's on here. She's gonna go. He ate popcorn for dinner tonight. So, hmm,
It's not right. Yeah.
no, but that's okay. So when you say you've been playing in basements, are you actually doing? Are you performing in front of people at all, or are they? Okay.
No, just working on stuff, just trying to. We're just having a good time. Really, in the pandemic, you could think about. I'm just trying to make the best of it, but I just appreciate playing with my friends. We're having a great time. We're trying to better ourselves, and we're just enjoying each other however we can. So I feel very lucky for that. Ultimately, just having the chance to play with people I love. It's great.
It's really great to spend the time. Bill Winokur just said the music that Phil and Jerry are doing is some of the best jazz I've ever heard.
Wow. Well, thank you. I mean, but that is gratifying, and we have a lot of people that really support us and just they hear what we're trying to do and they appreciate it, and that again that makes it all worthwhile to us. So we're thankful. People like Bill. That's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. I can't wait to meet. Bill and I met popcorn. Oh, Julie says popcorn for dinner is fabulous and M&Ms in it. And it is dessert too. Bill, what was I going to say, Bill? Now I can't remember. I met Bill on Benny Green's page. You know
Oh,
how Benny writes those beautiful. Yesterday he wrote about Ed Kelly,
I saw that. Yeah, I love Benny.
and oh, I love Benny and I loved Ed. Ed was pinnacle in my life for a lot of reasons, and we spent a lot of time together. I was at Laney College when he was there, and
Oh
and I
wow.
went to jazz camp, but I used to hang out with him quite a bit outside of, professional stuff, and we had played music together and in school. And yeah, Benny wrote something one day and I commented, and then Bill commented, and that's how we met. And that's it's just been, just like I've been doing some gigs with the guitarist, and then I'm doing a gig actually on April 16th with David Lam, who's a piano player, Dorothy Field's son, David Lam. And he lived in Boston for a long time and New York. And so we're doing a show coming up before he moves to Florida.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I was going to ask you something else, but
Well,
now,
Benny is so amazing, though, right? That page is so inspiring. All of
oh,
that stuff he does, my
it's
goodness. And I remember, because I remember seeing Benny when I was, we were all in high school together, right? He was 14, 15 years old. And, I idolized him then. I just saw this guy walking around, this like, he was walking on air. He
man.
was like just another realm back then. He still is.
Where did you go to school?
I went to high school called Mills High in Millbrae. We grew up in Burlingame,
Okay.
which is the peninsula,
Mhm.
maybe 10 miles south of San Francisco.
And then did you study with Johnny?
Johnny Capola.
Mhm.
I did. Yes.
Did
He was my second teacher. My first teacher was a guy who I have to do a Facebook post about, Larry Blake. He was an amazing teacher, came to my house and got me into great music. And then I studied with Johnny Capola when I was about 16. And he taught so many people, our friend Stephen Bernstein, for one. And I remember meeting Stephen Bernstein when I was 16 years old. We were at Cazadero camp, thanks to John Capola, and we were playing out in the redwood trees. And I met Stephen Bernstein then, and he seemed like an old man to me, but he was
right.
so wise, right? What a dude. I
Yeah,
love him.
he is like that. Even I mean, he just he's you just like yeah, he's an old soul for sure. I didn't meet those guys until well, I met Steven on the road somewhere. I met him in Canada, I think. But then, then we started, oh, you're Berkeley. Oh, you're Stephen Bernstein. Oh, yeah. And then it went back. But do you remember Julian Neff? Julian was the sound guy at
Oh
Kimball's
gosh.
East. And then he also worked at Yoshi's, but he did live sound around for a lot of people. And Julian, his story about, he was the pianist in the Berkeley High Jazz Band his freshman year. And then sophomore year, Benny Green came in. And Julian just went, I'm doing sound. Bye. I'm out. And then he played, but he did sound for all those guys, for Peter. And Peter's been on the show and a few
Awesome.
others of the hieroglyphics ensemble and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I don't have that record. I remember as a kid seeing that vinyl record. I don't have the hieroglyphics record from the day.
I bet Peter's got some. I
I
have
bet
a
he's that.
feeling
I
there's
should hit him
somewhere.
up.
So do you get to New York and play? Do you and your brother ever get to play together?
Yeah, we do. I mean, not lately, unfortunately, but yeah, we maybe in the last couple of years, I played the Jazz Gallery, and I played a couple nights at the Catan Jazz at Catano. So we did. Maybe it was maybe 2 or 3, 4 years ago now. Time flies, but we did 2 nights there with the quartet, and Larry was there. We've done a number of records. It's been a little while since we played together, but we've probably done 4 or 5 records together
Did
over
your
the
other brother ever make a record with you guys? No.
we have great, adorable cassette tapes now. I put them on CD, but we did some trio stuff. We did a quintet with Frank Tusa and the legendary Vince Ladiano.
Oh,
This
Vince.
is way back, but they're adorable recordings, and Larry sounds fantastic at 16, and my brother Steve, who was 17, an amazing jazz guitar player. It's just sad that he's not playing these days, but
You
I
just
think
not doing it. Not even for his own amazement.
he was, because he's got a guitar room. He didn't go into music, so he made some money, and he's got a guitar room and stuff. But last I saw him, he said he wasn't playing at all, which is really sad because he just fantastic player.
So are you working on any particular, like your Wednesday night thing? Have you guys made a record in the past, or are you thinking about doing that once you get back in the studio and record?
Yeah, well, Jerry Bergonzi has done millions. He's probably done hundreds of records, you know. So I've probably done 6 or 7 with him under his name on his label, Savant label, I guess it is. And so we've done that. We record every week. We have material for days now. You know, not that we
So
want
you're recording it enough where you could actually put it out.
each week. So we do 90 minutes each week, all different tunes, all his originals. And we've probably done almost, I feel like 15, 20 weeks. So can you imagine a DVD or, you know, not that we would do that, but we could do a best of and select some stuff. But we're not really doing it for that per se, but you know, I've definitely been doing recording. You know, a few projects. You know, you can do during the pandemic. So I've done a few records lately, and I'm actually working on a project with a childhood friend who's a composer producer. We grew up together, and he lives in Israel for the last 20 years. But he's been sending me stuff. It's a little bit a departure for me. It's more commercial or smooth jazz or whatever you want to call it. But he sends me tracks and I record them at home. And we've got, I think we're finally finished. We've done 9 cuts and we've been releasing them as singles during the whole pandemic. And now I have a sponsor. So we're going to put it out. It's a vanity project on vinyl. So everything's on iTunes and Amazon Music, but we're going to actually put out a vinyl, not that many copies, but just to have. It's my, you know, you can see I
So you can
worship
put it on the
vinyl.
wall.
It would be nice to have one, you know, that I'm featured on.
So when do you drop them? Did you say like once a month kind of thing, or?
Yes, yes, pretty much. We've been a little off lately, but yeah, we would do it every 3 weeks, every month. So I think we've released 6 have been released. I think next Friday we're releasing our 7th.
And how do you can you explain that to people that are out in this world, because some people, are used to buying a CD. Some people don't know what a CD is, might know what vinyl is, but the way you're actually recording and releasing them.
Right. Yeah, I'm learning myself. This is new to me. And so the whole concept of a single is something like, you know, it's so old because I have 45s too. And I thought, oh, yeah, you know, but it seems to be the more I learn about it, the more popular it is. And a lot of the most famous artists don't release records anymore for whatever varying reasons. Maybe the concept of putting together a record and having the flow of it is not, it's a lost art. So right now, people release singles, and so we've been releasing it. So you put it on multiple platforms. So we release it on Spotify. We release it on YouTube. We put it out on Apple Music. We put it out on iTunes and probably some other things I'm forgetting. And so it's honestly, I don't know how people make money at it. It's more like, again, just a labor of love. So we put it out and people appreciate it. And like I say, it's a bit of a departure for me. So if people like it, it's like, wow, that's fantastic, you know. So we're putting it all out. And I guess eventually we'll have 9 tunes as a singles. And then we would release it as a downloadable, not CD, downloadable album. And we'll have the vinyl as well.
And when you say not too many, are you going to press like 500? Are you going to press like 30?
I think 100 would be a sensible number. And it sounds like some places will do that. I mean, that might be so little, but at the same time, it might be a lot.
They're big. I was reading about, so it's all about metadata, you guys. Metadata, metadata, metadata. Once they go out on Spotify, are you actually marketing them in different places?
I am so I'm just doing the trumpet. So my producer seems to be doing some stuff, and we're learning together. But I'm not sure how much he's doing. I know one of his goals was to get it on playlists, things like that. That seems a little elusive, and there
Yeah,
seems
you create your own playlists and then people like them. And I was reading about something else and I needed to look it up. Have you heard about NFT?
I
It's
mean,
another way of uploading music now with cryptocurrency.
That's very cutting edge, right?
And some friends of mine just released an album on NFT, non fun something token. Maybe Rob Morocco knows what I'm talking about. But I was at a conference. I've done continued to do conferences on Zoom and stuff, and people were talking about it the other day. And Spotify 2 years ago was something I didn't want to even be around, and I'm on it now because have you ever worked with Cookie Marenko?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So Cookie has a label called Blue Coast Records that you might want to talk to her about sometime because she's doing all acoustic music for audiophiles. It's recorded, still on 2-inch tape, and then she does all this magic to it to make it 56K and for audiophile stuff, but she has a lot of people, Will Ackerman, Alex DeGrassi and myself, and a lot of Bay Area musicians that she's worked with through the years. And John R. Burr. Have you ever played with John R., pianist?
I don't think so.
Bay Area.
The Burr family, though, he's not related to. There was a bass player, John Burr, or something. No, different
Hmm,
family.
I don't know. I don't think he had any. I know he has brothers, but I don't think they were musicians. But I'll ask him.
Okay.
But so now that I'm on, she has Blue Coast going. We're on Spotify, so I had to jump into that. And
It's an interesting phenomena. I mean, all my students at Berkeley, that's their source for a lot of music, among other things. But it seemed, so got to reach the people where they're at.
yeah, are you on Instagram?
I'm not.
Gotta get an IG post
I guess so.
tag. And do you know my friend Catherine Bent?
I sure do. Yes, she's a great musician.
She is. She's an old friend. We used to be in a band together, and when I would come to New York before I moved there, I would stay at her house and we'd go on tour together. Tidal has many of Phil's albums, including Shimmer, Playful Intentions, and so on. Did you know that you're on Tidal?
I did not know that. No.
There you go. Tidal's very hip. Tidal, and I wonder if he's on Kobuz or Kobuz. Check out, that's another one to check out. But
I did those for a record label in Barcelona, so they take care of that. That's why I don't know.
so do you have your own label, or do you mostly people
I've
pick
I've
you
done
and
everything. The three records I've done under my name have been on Fresh Sound New Talent, which is a record label in Barcelona. This next record, I don't know. I think I'm gonna do it on some label for ourselves and hang on to because you do it for a label and they're very helpful and they pay for stuff, but they own it. So you
yeah,
know
but
it's
they support it? They work it to radio and
I guess it's not really radio kind of stuff. So this next record is going to be more radio of some appeal on some level, but I don't even think about that. So if the label can make money off it, great. So
good. Well, some Thursday night, I'd love to have you on my show. I do it the third Thursday of every month. It's Corona Roki, and musicians come on and hang out and play. Or if you have students that you want to turn them on to the show too, I would love for that to happen. Or this musician square table. Sometimes there's DiMaggio's Pizza, La Familia, my uncle, my aunt and uncle's place. Um, Sometimes there's 4 or 5 people talking on here, and people just show up sometimes. So I'd love for you to come back some night or perform for us. Could you play for us now, or is it a little too late?
I'm in an apartment, so I wouldn't, I have to be careful. But maybe Steve Bernstein will come on. We could do some trumpet duos and really lose your audience. No.
Okay. You wouldn't. You don't know my audience. And what happens now with this, what's great about it is it gets uploaded to YouTube. And so it will always be there. And it's right now on Facebook, and you can go to my page. I'll tag you in it, and then it will be on your page as well.
That's fantastic. I
So,
feel so lucky to be here with you. Thank you.
well, thank you. I'm happy, and I know there are people that will friend you if you see names like Julie Luce, Rob Morocco, William Lindemann. They're okay.
All right. Thank you. It's
They're okay.
it's great, man. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I if when you see Catherine, if you can give her a hug from me.
We're colleagues at Berkeley, and I've seen her play some gigs around town.
Catherine and Bonnie Hayes is there now. She teaches
I know that name.
songwriting.
Yeah.
And Dave Tronzo.
Oh my God, I love Tronzo.
I love Tronzo, man.
He's the greatest. My God.
Isn't he the greatest?
I
He's
mean, besides musically, he's the greatest. Musically, he's the greatest person. Man, just so warm.
yeah, he has his own wall of sound, my friend Joanne F. Henry just said. You sure do. Because wait, can you lift the camera up one more time so we can get the full
The full vinyl.
look at that?
That I
Well,
won't. The CDs are, I have as many CDs, but that's a whole other room. Yeah.
you have them in a different room. Well, as soon as one of these days I was going to do it for the 20th year anniversary, but I didn't make it. For my first record, I want to do vinyl. So that'll happen. And then I'll hold one back for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got your name on it. Thank you so much for being here, Phil. I really appreciate it. And everyone's having a great night. And I'm happy you could make it.
Thank you, Jenna. It was such a pleasure. Nice to see you. Thank you
too.
for having me.
Please, please, please come back. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Have a great night.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. There we are, Musician Square Table. It's a wrap. Sunday, March 28th, 2021. 28th? That means it's almost April? Did you see my flowers? And there, and Julie, it's there, just so you know. It's all there. Great show, super fun. Share the show if you could. Tell your friends about it. I had an awesome time. Tomorrow morning, is it still? Yeah. It's still Sunday. Wow. Wow. That's fun. Inspiring for sure. Joanne, speaking of Joanne. Oh, that means April's coming up. Your chair will be arriving April 8th. I wrote it on my calendar. So if they don't drop off the chair by the 8th, I'm going to call and go full metal Mammina on them. You don't want that to happen. Maybe you do, because then you'll get the chair faster. Nah, I'm sweet. So thanks, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Time for Archer. Guys, I've never seen Archer. But I may have to go watch one more Schitt's Creek. Vinny. So you know, and so Joanne knows also, you remember this. It's not this Thursday. It's the third Thursday of every month now.
Coming this Thursday,
Third
lives
Thursday.
will be changed forever.
Forever.
11:11 with Jenna presents Corona Rocky International Limited. Bring your best, just stay
Full
home.
metal Mammina.
Live from her state-of-the-art studios, the Lily Pad, broadcasting throughout space and around the world to each and every home. 11:11 with Jenna. Be there, or you will be talked about. 11:11 with Jenna. Corona Rocky International Limited this Thursday.
Not this Thursday, though. This Thursday is Conversations with the Creatives. Sort of like tonight. Yeah, wow. Yeah, Julie, check it out. I'm going to go watch Monsoon Wedding with commentary by the director of my new favorite, the Criterion Channel. Yeah. Yeah, I might have to do that. Joanne, do you want Julie and I to call them? Let us know. Okay, you guys. Thanks again. Thanks, Phil Grenadier. Thank you all for being here. Please tell your friends about 11:11 with Jenna and come on, come hang out on the show. See you tomorrow morning on
11, with Jenna. 11, with Jenna. 11, with Jenna. 11, oh, you're gonna go right now. 11, with Jenna. With Jenna. 11, with Jenna. Right now. 11, with Jenna. With Jenna. 11, oh, you're gonna go right now.
have a great night, everybody. Peaceful thoughts, powerful words, and a plump heart. Good night. Have Julie call. You, Chuck. I get to say good night. Can you believe it? Crazy. Crazy. I could sing a bunch of crazy songs. Mama Grace, I'll see you in a minute. Everybody else? Hey, Linda Siriano, I'm going to bed. Peace. Be nice. Be safe. Stay healthy. Love hard. Really hard.